Paralysis is too often the way that things proceed or don't proceed. The Massachusetts Senate has found a way to move forward and to be an example. I appreciate everything that's gone into that. I look forward to everything that will go into it. Appreciate the opportunity to offer these remarks. And I'm thankful for each and every member of this body and the conversation that we have had today. It is not over, but I am thankful we are having it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Chair, thanks, gentlemen. For what purpose does the gentleman rise?
I wish to make a brief statement.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. President, and through you to the members. Let me begin by thanking my very good friend, the gentleman from Gloucester, the Minority Leader, for his remarks. Let me commend once again the work of Minority Print Shop. Graphics are always helpful. But let me also say it's very difficult to follow the articulate and eloquent remarks of the gentleman, but finding a path forward is something that we work on every issue that comes before this body. And we have very robust debate. We have oftentimes significant disagreements on what that path forward should look like, but at the end of the day, we always blaze that path by working together, by communicating, by cooperating, by collaborating, and by reaching consensus. I thank the gentleman. I thank all members for being here today, recognizing the urgency that's before us. The Minority Leader did an excellent job outlining the timeline, which emphasizes why we need to take action as quickly as possible on the matters that are before us. We need to avoid any more delay. Just to briefly remind members of why it is so urgent that we take up these matters as quickly as possible. First, we have a comptroller that has a job to do, has a legal, fiscal responsibility to close the books on fiscal year 2023. I literally just walked upstairs from the Gardner Auditorium where we are holding our consensus revenue hearing for fiscal year 25. So as we speak, there are 3 fiscal years at work, at play, at this moment. The comptroller has been very diligent, very firm, very understanding of the complexities of the matters before us, but irregardless, he has a legal obligation to close the books as soon as possible, beyond the date where he was supposed to close the books. So we need to get this matter before him as quickly as possible. Then as far as some of the substance of this closeout supplemental budget, we've heard a lot of talk, and there's people in the audience, in our gallery, the great employees of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts who have bargained in good faith in their collective bargaining agreements and are due and entitled to a raise and have been for many months now. I've been told in my conversations with the administration that if we complete the work today and get this budget to the governor, that those employees will be able to see their raises in the paychecks that comes out on December 22nd before the Christmas holiday. Wouldn't that be a great thing? Unfortunately, because of the delay down the hall, they will not be able to receive the retroactive pay that they'll be entitled to. Well, that will come in early January. So the sooner we can get this done, the better. We get it done by tomorrow, then they will see their much deserved and entitled to pay raise reflected in their check on December 22nd. There's also significant monies in this bill for our municipalities, for our communities, for the citizens that we represent and the towns we represent. $75 million for relief to our school districts that were impacted by a 14% contract rate increase to our so-called special education Chapter 766 schools that was awarded by Governor Baker on his way out the door, unbeknownst to our municipalities. They were unprepared to budget for these rate increases. So we've all agreed. Thank you all. It was, I think, one of my top requests as I was meeting with members on putting together this supplemental budget. We all agreed to help provide this relief to our municipalities. $15 million in this bill for disaster relief for municipalities that have been impacted by natural events over the course of the year. Flooding in the Merrimack Valley, flooding in the Pioneer Valley, flooding in central northern Massachusetts, in Fitchburg and Leominster. That's caused tremendous damages to our municipalities. There's money in here to provide relief for that. $75 million in here for our school districts impacted by increased enrollment, unforeseen increased enrollment in their school districts. It is critical that we pass this conference committee report, adopt this conference committee report, order this to be enacted as quickly as possible to put this beyond us so we can continue to manage fiscal year 24. As we know, we've already experienced 4 straight months of revenues below benchmark. I dare to say that tomorrow we will get November's numbers, and I don't think they're going to be pretty. But we will manage through it as we always have. But let's manage through it without still being concerned about fiscal year 23. And then we're on to fiscal year 25. My team will be meeting with all of you in the very near future as we listen to your priorities, your concerns for putting together next fiscal year's budget. So I'll close by once again thanking the minority leader, members of his caucus, everyone in this branch to act responsibly, to act in an urgent manner, in an expeditious manner, and I look forward to adopting this conference committee report as quick as possible. Thank you, Mr. President.
The Senate will be in a very brief recess.